Hey, what's up, Bebe's extended family? Y'all know when I have on my what is that hat, it's time to do some work. So in today's video, we're gonna be changing the oil on my 2004 Honda Accord. And it's a pretty basic vehicle. I mean, it might not be the exact same on every car, but at least you'll get the gist of what to look for on your basic vehicles. And you know, let's have some fun with it. Little disclaimer, I make my DIY videos for the people that can't just run to the mechanic all the time. For the people that don't have daddy to do everything for them, or, you know, daddy's little princess, you know, little mama's boy, you know, whatever. The people that got to get out and get it on their own. This is what I do these for. Just to show you the basics behind how to do it yourself. I'm no professional, don't claim to be. And, you know, it's a family channel. So this Uncle Ron, that's what we're gonna call it. Uncle Ron. Just coming to you know, help you save a nickel or two. And we'll be back. Alright guys, I'm back. And I got all my little tools that I need. For one, I got my my ramp, you know, to lift my car up. I got these from Walmart. I don't remember how much I paid for it. I apologize, but I've had them for years and they've been holding up. Secondly, I got these little things. Got them from Walmart also. You know, to stop your wheels, you put them in the back of your wheels to help prevent them from rolling. Is it foolproof? I don't know. Thank God I never had to find out. Next, I have my oil pan. And I know with an oil pan, you can, with an oil pan, some people can use a bowl. Some people make something. But what I like about this one is, it's good to recycle. This way, you can catch it, it go right in there. When you go to dump it, you know, just take the lid off, pour it out. Secondly, your funnel. Got my little funnel from Walmart also. My little socket wrench kit, little cheap set from Walmart. And this thing. Now, this ain't always necessary. You can find some that's adjustable to fit by any filter, any oil filter. But what I love about these, it takes all the work out of getting things off, because sometimes they can be torqued on a little too hard. And come here, it can be torqued on a little too hard or whatever. But they're good to have. You just put it right on the back of your socket wrench. Click it right in there. Next, of course, is your oil. That's your preference, whatever you use. For this particular car, I'm using this CarQuest high mileage and my little filter. And so I got my son out here. Don't mind what he got on. He about like me. He got on his water nose clothes. I don't know what he thinking though, because look at him. I mean, he's a cool little dude. Look at his face. Got the cut. He a cool little dude, but he decides to dress like me when he come outside to play. No, I'm just playing. He just threw something on to come outside to play, and ain't no point of playing in your good stuff when you ain't balling like that. But anyway, so we're gonna put these ramps right under the wheels and drive up on it. Hey, matter of fact, hey, don't mind that car in the back. That's my little project I'm working on. Hey, Mally. Hey, come here real quick. All right, I'm gonna get my son to hold this camera for me while I attempt to ride up this thing. Is it going?
Yeah. No. Now you are. There you go.
Thank you, son. All right, guys. Let that camera clear up. All right, now, see, that light is on because of it needing an oil change. Some cars have that feature. So now what I want to do on this car, sorry man, we have all kind of stuff in here. This is unfiltered. But you want to pull your park brake up because you don't want to roll. Even though you have the little things I showed you earlier, I don't want to chance it. I mean, you can, I'm not. Well, don't do that. I'll take that back. Don't do that. And yeah, now you saw it. So to the next thing. All right, guys. Now let's go over the safety measures that I've taken. Number one, my car's off. It's in park. Number two, as you seen, I lifted my emergency brake. And then even with that, still, number three, I put these little jokers behind my wheel to help prevent it from rolling in the event of a crazy accident. And I got these all the way up. They come with that little it comes with this little feature right here to help it not roll over. But I'm gonna be the first to tell you I've done it. I rolled right off this thing, and luckily the vehicle I was driving was high enough where I didn't where I could pull it from under it and start over. So take your time with that. If you might have saw me creeping, take your time with that because I've done it. All right, I've already popped my hood. Again, disclaimer, I'm no professional, by no means. Do this at your own risk, all that good legal stuff. But this is how I do it. If you need to know what kind of oil you need, most of them have them right here on the cap. It should be in your owner's manual. But with that, sometimes the more miles you put on your car, you might have to go a little thicker. That's when you go from the 5W to 10W, or from the 20 to 30. As you see, what I got over there is the 10W30. My car calls for 520. I've checked with mechanics over the years. To their knowledge, it's okay. And I haven't had an issue yet. The more miles, sometimes you have to go up a little, you have to go up a little, go a little thicker on your oil. So what I like to do to take pressure off of the oil, and to me, it helps it flow better. I don't let it run and let it get hot. I'm not saying, not hot, but a little warm. I'm not saying that's what you do. That's just what I do. What I do. But now I'm gonna take this cap off. So it makes, for me, it makes the oil, you know, the string a little more sturdier, and to get all of it out that you can. So we'll be back. All right, guys, we're under the car now. See, it's right under the bumper. All right, so first thing you want to do is identify your oil pan, for lack of a better word. Once again, I'm just a country boy that learned all this on my own. So all my terminology might not be correct, but you'll get the gist of it. All right, and here it is. Right here under, as soon as I got under here. All right. Next, you want to find, before you do anything, because you want to make sure, before, see if I turn this around. Before you do anything, you want to first make sure you can do it, if that makes sense. So I like to identify where everything's at, which is my oil pan, my oil drain pan. That's it. Drain pan. And my oil filter. So I know if I have the right tools to get to it, and I know if I can get to it, because I don't want to do this draining oil, then I can't get to it, and I gotta get it to a mechanic. So you want to identify where everything is at. All right, so I've identified the oil drain pan. And next I gotta find my oil filter. And when I first started doing this myself, I looked it up. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know the actual way to find your oil filter. I mean, I just personally, I know what it looks like. I get under here and I look till I see it. And I'm gonna show you what it looks like. All right, and so mine is right there. Right here. This blue, whoa, that was hot. Mine is right there. That blue thing. See that blue? Right there. There you go. Pure one. All right, so now I'm gonna find my right socket. That's where that socket set come in. And actually on this car, you can use a bigger set. I have a bigger set, but I couldn't remember if it was this car or my truck that has a small space, and this is not it. So I could have used my bigger set, so I'm gonna attempt it with the small set. If I can't get it, then it is what it is. All right, next thing. Yeah. All right, let's take a quick break for a teachable moment. And if you already know this, it's fine. You know, fast forward on through it to get to the rest of the oil change. But this is something I learned that I never knew. You know, I learned it a while ago, but I never knew it. And there go my mother-in-law pulling up. But anyway, hey, you good? Hey. But anyway, your socket sets. All right, the little one I was showing you. I've had people say that if you can't get something off, to put a pipe on it, and it'll help you get it off easier. And I always wondered, like, why? Because it's still, at the end of the day, it's still my strength that's doing it. It didn't make sense to me. And they said another alternative is to buy a bigger one. And hey, how you doing? And you would not believe the difference in a smaller one and a bigger one. It really makes the job. Hey, how you doing? It really makes the job that much easier. I don't know why. I don't know the math behind it, but it's true. It is true. If you can afford to get a small set for small spaces and a bigger set, do it. It's worth it. If not, find you a pole, something you can attach onto the back of this to pull. It works. Trust me, it works. All right, back to the video. All right, guys. This particular nut requires a 17 millimeter. All right, I'm gonna attempt to do this with one hand. I've never done it before. I mean, I've always done it with one hand, but you know what I mean. I'm trying to pay attention to this and the camera. I do not recommend it. Don't try it at home. Oh, one more quick lesson. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. You turn your notch to the right if you want to tighten it up. You turn it to the left if you, turn to the left if you want to take it off. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Some have cheat codes. My smaller one has an L and an R for left and right. This bigger one has actually on and off. So we want to take it off. And if you can't figure that out or can't remember it, one thing I used to do is imagine myself putting like a bottle in front of me, like facing me like this and taking the top off of it. But anyway, let's go. Oh, make sure you position your pan where it's gonna shoot out. Make sure you position it where to catch the pan, but not too far, because the more it empties, the shorter the stream will become. I was hoping it was loose enough to pull off by hand. Okay, here we go. Now it should be. And there it is. There it is. See how black it is? Oh, that's not a good thing. That means it's dirty, of course, because I'm going to show you what it looks like when it comes out the bottle. Find my little rag. Wipe my fingers out, because I don't want to have oil everywhere. Alright, see the stream getting shorter, getting closer to the edge. So I'm just going to pull it over a little bit. And I like to let it drain, personally, until it's dripping. See, it's still a steady stream, so you want all that out of there. I wish, honestly, I mean, just thinking about gravity, I wish my ramp was higher. So I would imagine that it'll flow out a little more and a little better. I would imagine, I'm not sure, but just off the sake of gravity. You know, kind of like turning something upside down versus leaning it over. Yeah, and you see it. The stream is getting thinner and thinner. Once again, if you already know all this stuff, you know, just fast forward on through to the end. If you don't, you know, keep watching. Know what to expect. I'm the type, I don't like surprises. Unless it's some money. You can surprise me with some money. That'll be all right. But anyway, we're getting down. It's even thinner, as you see. It's even thinner. Yes. My Uncle Ball wanna say yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. I don't know if y'all saw that, it kind of dripped. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off now, because it's all of maybe another minute. All right, guys. Off camera, I went ahead and tightened my nut back on there. And all I did was the exact opposite of what I did to take it off. And like I said, this one has a cheat code. So as you can see, I put it on. So I clicked it to this side and kept going until I got it snug. Now you don't want to strip that joint. So make sure you put it in by hand first to make sure the thread has lined up properly. Because you don't want to strip it and have to replace this whole thing. And I know I don't anyway. So another thing off camera, I took my oil filter wrench, which is this thing. I took it off and I attached it to my small socket wrench, because you see, this is what it's made for. I couldn't put it on the big one, to my knowledge, you know, unless there's an attachment for it that I don't know about. So what we're gonna be doing, we're gonna be attempting to not get burned again. and that happened because of me trying to look through this camera. You know, I'm normally way more cautious. So let me see if I can go over. Oh, I've already turned my wrench to the to the L, left. Remember, righty tighty, lefty loosey. All right, mother.
Bye, son.
See you later.
All right, all right. Got to do a mechanic job today.
A little bit. Something simple. All right, guys, I can't do this with one hand. So once I get it on there, I'll be back. Yay. Oops. Yay. All right, guys. I don't know how well you can see, but I got it on there. And what I had to do was, there we go. Right here. Right there. What I had to do was turn my socket wrench upside down so I can use that big opening to turn it, to take it off. And again, you know, it don't come out as smooth as your drain, as your oil pan, your oil drainer. So I'm about to turn my camera off and drain this thing out, but you see how to put it on there. And again, you just turn the wrench till it come off. That's the beauty of having this little buddy right here. That attachment saves. Trust me, it's worth it. It saves. All right, y'all, I'll be back. Yeah. All right, guys, now that you got your filter off, new filter. I personally like to put the filter on first. You know, we already tightened our nut, then add the oil. I've heard that you can add oil without the filter, but I mean, why even chance it? You're already under here. I'd rather go ahead and handle everything under here while I'm under here. So, oh wow, I've never seen this on a filter. This one has little instructions, which is exactly what I do. Wow. But anyway, like you see, one thing you want to do is lube the gasket, which is the black ring right here. That helps it seal. And I like to pour just a little bit. I don't like to pour a lot because of the angle this sits in. I don't want it to pour out. I just pour a little bit to lube up the inside. I pour a little bit of the fresh oil to lube up the inside. So, I mean, wow. I've never had this filter before. And that's, you know, that's exactly what it tells you. That's what I tell you, my son, about it. Oh, God. He makes me nervous. All right, anyway. All right, let's do this. So, I'll be back. You know what? No, I'm gonna stay here. So one issue you may run into with your oil filter and that attachment I was telling you about is it not wanting to come off. Which is a minute issue. You can pull it right, you can pull it off. But I just wanted to point that out, that all you have to do is click this pin, which loosens it, take this off. Now you can just pull this apart. Or you can leave it on there. That might give you more leverage, whatever you prefer. But anyway, you can pull it off. And now I got little drops of oil dripping back there because I moved this. So I'm about to free my hand up, put my glove on, and do everything I just showed you. It's on the back of the thing. I just told you verbatim, step by step. So to the next scene, yeah. All right, guys, let this camera focus in. You see that orange up there? And I don't know if you can see it. See if I can zoom in. Dang, I can't. But anyway, a little bit of that new oil is already dripping out because it's not flush up there, which is what I was telling y'all earlier about why Sorry, I'm trying to get this thing on here. Why I don't, oh boy, I can't do this with one hand, but anyway, why I don't like to add a lot of oil to it, because you're gonna end up spilling it with this angle. Now, if it went straight up and down, or, you know, lifted a little higher or something, that would be different. But I can't seem to get my little joint on here with this one hand for some reason. So let me turn my camera off for a second and I'll be back. All right, guys. So we've drained the oil. We've drained the oil filter. We've replaced the nut on the oil drain, and we've replaced the oil filter with a new one. So all under there should be secure. So now it's time to add the oil. So that's where your filter comes into play. And another important thing to know about your car is how much oil to use. This particular car calls for 4.4 liters. And, you know, I bought this 5-liter jug. But one good thing about it, it has this side to it, which show you the, you know, the quarts. I'm sorry, excuse me, 4.4 quarts. You need, if my car calls for 4.4 quarts, excuse me. But so you're not gonna pour this entire thing in there. And yeah, let's just do it. You're not gonna pour the entire thing in there. I'm sorry, I see my neighbor trying to get my attention. Hold on one second. You're not gonna pour the whole thing in there. And another way, see, one good feature about this is this little loop right there. You should be able to literally lay your oil jug in that. The top of that should lay right in there. Pour it smoothly. I like to do it from the side. Keeps it from doing a boop 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 effect, whatever that's called. But anyway, so I'm gonna do this off camera so I don't waste it everywhere, and we'll be back. One thing, I'm gonna try to pour this with one hand just to show y'all what fresh oil looks like. See that gold color? That's what your oil is supposed to look like. Not that black gunky stuff. That lets you know that it was probably past time to get an oil change. All right, let's go. All right, guys, I've added my oil. So next thing you do is check it. And now, disclaimer, because I've done this, you know, I've done a few cars in my life. It might not come out as clear as it went in because I didn't do a complete clean of, you know, the inside. I didn't strip it down, but trust me, it's still a lot better than it was. But anyway, you want to check your dipstick. On this particular car, your indicator are these two holes. Yeah, you want your oil to fall in that second hole, second from your left. You want it to fall in that second hole. Let's wipe this thing off. Put it back in here. Yeah. Let's see where we at. And we're right here on it. That's probably, I mean, it's there, but it's faded very faintly. So you probably need all of, maybe, I don't know, maybe like, I mean, just add little by little. But I would say, just off guessing, maybe a quarter of a quart, which I have left, and or maybe a half, I'm not sure. I'm just add a quarter by quarter till we get there. But I'm not gonna hold you and wear your patience. I thank you for all and any support. I hope I was a help, a blessing to somebody out there that needed it. And you know, let's keep rocking. More family videos to come, more pranks to come. Hope you like those last 2 videos. And one more thing. While you under here, it's good to check your other fluids. Your radiator fluids. You got your transmission fluid. I don't know who did this, but they put this red mark on there. Mine is red. I'm not sure if all cars are red or not. But you got your brake fluid, windshield wiper fluid. It's good to go ahead and check your fluids while you're here. But just like that, hope I was a blessing to somebody out there. Like, share, subscribe. Baby's family. We out. Bye.